Welcome to 5 Questions with Calgary's Business, a time when we ask 5 key questions to community and business leaders in Calgary. I'm your host, Mario Toneguzzi, and joining me today is Lorenzo DeCicco, who is Chief Executive Officer of Game Changer. Thanks for joining us today, Lorenzo.
Thanks very much, Mario.
Tell me a little bit about what Game Changer is and what it does.
Yeah, sure. So Game Changer is an organization that exists to provide executive leadership, sales mentorship, and coaching to businesses basically anywhere in North America.
Tell me about your background. What did you do before you started this up?
Yeah, sure. So I've had a career in sales and marketing and leadership. I was formerly an executive vice president at TELUS, where I led the business side of TELUS, a lot of B2B transactional work for the past 21 years. Within that time, I did some sales, I did some marketing, I did leadership training, coaching, had large staff from anywhere from 16 people all the way up to 4,000. So lots of experience coaching, mentoring people.
What does it take to be a good leader in today's environment?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think the number one thing is you've got to be relevant. You've got to make sure that you go out of your way to be relevant as it relates to what your team members need. Closely followed by being an effective communicator. I think now more than ever, a good leader has to share vision, strategy, more importantly, the relevance. Why are we going after this vision? Why is this strategy important? I think leaders that can effectively communicate are very successful.
So there's been tough times lately in Calgary. What has been the toughest challenge for you as an entrepreneur, and then B, for entrepreneurs in general?
Yeah, for sure. I think, for me, the number one thing, and I think for a lot of entrepreneurs, is got to get the phone to ring. You can have a phenomenal product, service, you can solve a lot of problems within your organizational value proposition, but if the phone doesn't ring, it really doesn't matter. So I think that's been the biggest observation is people are hesitant. There has absolutely been, a lot of skepticism around the health and strength of the business community in Calgary and Alberta for that matter. So I think people are a little bit cautious, hesitant. So my number one observation is got to get the phone to ring, which means we have to get more proactive. We've got to get out in the community, we've got to talk to more people, create that networking, and really create that reason to call.
Okay. When you look back over your career, I'm sure you had a lot of advice from a lot of different people. What's the best piece of advice you've ever received?
Yeah, the best piece of advice I ever received was treat everybody the same. Treat them with respect, give them your time, never be afraid to say hello in an elevator or in a staircase, because at the end of the day, whether you're the chief executive officer or the janitor, everyone has a value and a purpose within an organization, and we must never lose sight of the importance of the collective team.
Great. Thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, with a pleasure. Thanks a lot, Mario.
Okay.
Wonderful.
That was 5 Questions with Calgary's Business. I'm your host, Mario Toneguzzi. Thanks for joining us today.